According to this computer. Okay, so we wanted to just chat about the business activity tracker. If you have questions about that, I mean, I did that video. There's like all those trainings and stuff in the back office and on Beachbody Champions page. But if you have questions, like, let's go over them now, like just specific, or like you looked at it and you're like, I'm not sure what that means, or you need ideas for how to do workout clips or whatever. Anybody need or have any questions about that?
Go for it, sister.
Okay. It says, okay, update Instagram, Facebook stories throughout the day. How many is too little? How many is too much? What do you guys recommend?
Can I answer this?
Okay.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Post all the things. That's what I do.
The only thing with that though, I have like, and I watch your stuff. Sometimes I want to like I'm like, what I get, it's the workout, like in the talking, like it's like boom, 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 boom. I don't mind it, but I feel like people are going to be like,
yeah, but
you know on your numbers.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like my numbers, I started doing stories religiously a year ago, like this time when Obsession came out. And I had like 3 people watching for like months, 3, 4 people. And I get up to like 80, 90 people a day sometimes. And I would say the last like maybe 3, 4 months, I've had a lot of random people that I don't know personally that have found me through my hashtags and everything, and then just started to follow me that watch. So
from trainings and stuff, 3 of each, like wouldn't go like, so 3 of your workout clip, 3 of like when you would do something like, oh God, I shit my pants in the car, like 3 things about that, and then like 3 about your meal prep, 3 about this, and space them out.
Yeah,
I'm not posting about pooping in the car.
No, you don't have to. Unless you do.
I see some people who will post like every move from their workout, and I'm like, that's why I do like my little, what is it called? Is it Unfold?
Yes.
The one that Unfold. There's like a couple clips in each story, and that I just usually do like 1 or 2, depending on how the day pans out, I guess.
Triller is another good one you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Thriller?
Triller. TRILLER.
Can I give my 2 cents on this?
Go for it, homie.
3. You got 3 cents.
3, perfect. Yes. Upgrade. So I am behind, Amy will tell you, on the IG scene. Like, I'm slow to technology. I hate change. So these guys were way ahead of me. Like, I resisted it forever. And like, there are still some features that I have just figured out within the last like 14 days. That being said, stories, I know that's where it's at, but they do not, like, I don't really have a lot of interest in watching people's stories. I'll just be honest with you. And when I click on one, for me, if I see 700 little dashes across the top, I'm already going to X out of it. Like, if it looks overwhelming to me, I'm not even going to start. So when I do mine, I really try my best to not make, like, when somebody clicks on mine, if they see 1 million dashes across the top, like, I would say if you have something long to say, you're probably almost better going live and keeping it separate from your story. Like, if you're going to talk to your audience for 10 minutes in the morning, don't even put in your story. You know, or like, if you're going to show them how to cook dinner, don't put that in your story. Like, you know what I mean? You're almost better off going live, because I think it's overwhelming to see. The other thing though, in terms of numbers, I don't care if you only have 50 people watching your stories. That needs to be a good ratio in terms of your followers. So like, Car, what'd you say? Like 80 people watched it or something? Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know how many followers you have, but like, keep that in mind. Like, I am not the person who, I'm not one of those smart hashtaggers. I don't like research hashtags. Some of mine are there just because they sound funny to me. Hashtagging is dumb. Like, that'd be me. Like, I would sneak something in there. Like, I'm not good at that.
I hate Instagram.
Right. I don't do it to like draw people in. So I can't really give advice on that. But so I don't have a ton of followers, what people might expect. Like Amy probably has twice the amount of followers I do. But I would say that we probably have the same views, or I may even get more views on my stories than she does. So the key is not numbers. It's people who actually give a shit about what you're saying. Like, I don't care if you have 5,000 followers. If there's only 50 people watching your story, then those people are just following you, but they're not following you. They clicked on you, but there's no reason they want to come back. So for me, I don't even have 2,000 followers. In an Instagram world, I don't exist, but I easily get 300 views on my stories, and I don't even do them. There are days that will go by that Amy will be like, "You don't have a red circle around a picture. You haven't done a story." And I was like, dang it. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to look at the number, look at your followers too, because you want to give them a real reason to show up. It's not like we talked about this. Jachana Jackson has a huge following, but there's a lot that she does. And Amy and I have often had the discussion, Savannah and I have actually, I point over here because she's been texting me over on the screen. Like Savannah, like you guys, she's sitting right here. But we've talked about kind of like, are people following her because they want her to be their coach, or because she's just super tiny and cute and fun to watch dance all over the place? You know what I mean? And that is maybe not growing her business. That might be growing her following, but like not growing her bank account, So just my 2 cents, food for thought, take it or leave it. I'm not the expert.
I will say, from my point of view, when I started getting consistent with doing the same thing like over and over again, like posting my quote, talking about my quote, I started doing the 365 days of I am. I think that kind of leaves people like hanging, like, what is she going to talk about tomorrow? Let me go back and check. And I think when I started doing that is when, like, I easily at the end of the year up until now, I've gained a lot of people that are following me. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking me like, why do you do this? Why are you talking about, I am? Like, what does that mean to you? So I think consistency is key. So as long as you're posting like your workouts every day, and like, Amy and I talked about this last week, like, and it's in the bat, like posting stuff, not talking about the name of the stuff. Like, this is Energize. This is Shakeology, like, without promoting the name itself. And I think that was, who was it? I think it was Carl that talked about it on the National Wake Up Call at the beginning of the year, like not actually like putting the name of the product in your story or your post, to kind of leave them hanging, like, what is that? Because I've had people reach out to me and they, bought a challenge pack and they're like, I want that mom crack that you always talk about. So kind of leave them kind of hanging, like, what is that? Like, she calls it mom crack, but is it really mom crack? What does it do? I want to try it, So
I would do, and even if you even want to do one just to start, so you would get like, so the daily life workout clip, product use, your healthy meal or meal prep, like a call to action, and like the poll or something, which totally has nothing, it doesn't have to be about like today my one was like, is it weird that I snuggle the kids still? Like, it doesn't have to be about like fitness and health and all that stuff, and then like some sort of shout out or recognition. I mean, even just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like one of each to start it out, go for it, and to build it up. And you'll see too, like I notice with my stories, like if I personally, like for me, if I go like too long, you'll see the numbers, like it'll be like 80, 89, whatever, and then it'll be like 86, 85, 84, 83, 71. Like you can see it drop off because people start to lose interest. So I know now that's my audience. They will watch me dance for 95 posts if I did. But if I'm blah, 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 You know what I mean? So it's going to be like what your kind of like your audience is going to, and you'll learn that with posting that stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I definitely have like the whole not up with technology. Like when I first got Instagram, it was because my kids had it and I needed to keep tabs on my kids and see what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So even with the stories and stuff, like I can of course post a picture on there, but the stories, when I started seeing stories come across, I'm like, how in the hell do you do this? And even now I'll click on it and be like scrolling across the bottom, like, well, what's this one do? Or what's this one do? So I definitely have to get some experience under my belt with that.
We were in Key West and Amy was like real into it. She was like, have you seen this? And I'm like, what the is that? Like, she was all about it. And I was like, that was what? Key West was what?
2 years ago.
Yeah. And I literally just started doing it a year ago.
I just used Super Zoom for the first time like 2 weeks ago when I found Cammy's sock next to the toilet.
Bum, bum, bum.
That was
I
it.
get to Super Zoom by accident, like when I'm trying to take a picture and it's like, and I'm like, no, I didn't want that.
Yeah. Yes.
But as you, it's like trial and error. Like when you sit and play with it and try different things, it's just like the back office. You sit and play with it and look around.
Yeah.
You know.
I did. That's how I learned it. GTS, Google that shit, and it'll give you a bunch of stuff on YouTube and stuff. But I just fucked with it. Like I just was like, oh, okay, because you can just always delete it. Because I'll do that and I'll be like, oh my god, I spelled something wrong, and then I delete it. But
probably like 3 months ago, and I realized you could put a flash on. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
And maybe Ebony, she blacked herself out there. So I don't know, like if I don't know if she heard anything like at her thing this weekend. Did they talk about Instagram at all or anything?
Did they?
Yeah.
So I got a couple of tools actually to look at like where your followers are coming from in terms of hashtags and how to really like look at your insights if you don't have it. Like that's what I was doing. I was like, let me see this. Like to look at your insights and see what kind of posts are like rocking it for your audience. And I started to get a little bit more strategic about how I'm posting. And like my mentor even was talking about being an influencer and really utilizing ways to interact with different brands, so to speak, in order to, because last time we talked about, Beachbody is just a platform. It's not your end all be all. So really just starting to utilize that a lot more. And like I went to Credo Beauty, which is like a natural makeup place, and it was fucking amazing. Okay.
I
swore, I'm sorry. We're recording.
No. Who cares?
But what I was playing around with is just that, like, how do I get the algorithms to work for me and kind of really get attention from the brand, but also show like, hey, I really like this. And I'll write down a list of people that they had like on the SEO panel, as well as a couple of they call them brand ballers, in terms of people that got like a lot of partnerships, and how like they also talked about growing their followers. So like I'll put that in the comments in a second, so you guys can kind of like see how they do different posts and how they weave in different things, because they're getting paid to post a lot of this stuff. And I like money, so
Right.
Let me ask you guys this. I don't know if anybody knows this, but I've never really looked at my insights, and I just pulled mine up. Like, what does all this mean? Like, discovery, reach, like, what's an impression?
Well, you can see too, like where your where a lot of your things are coming from. Like you can see like most
what do you
of
mean when you say things?
like your stories. You can see a lot of like my a lot of my stories
Hang on a sec. Maybe, do you see, Clark? There's 3 tabs at the top.
Activity, content, audience?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, are you understanding the first part?
Yeah. I just don't, like, what is an impression? Like, what does that mean like, obviously reach means it's reaching that amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it says that I have 24,102 impressions. Like, what, and it's up by almost 2,000.
That's amazing. That's how many times your actual post has been seen by people. So, and then when you think about it, it's like your reach is the individual account. So let's say you had 10,000 folks as your reach.
Okay.
That's literally 10,000 people. Whereas, like, think about your stories when you like have all of those like playing out.
Yeah.
Your impressions are just how many times your post has been seen. Like, it could be seen multiple times. So it's kind of tallying that. But like the thing about your insights is it's an estimate. But like I said, if you were using like hashtags in a lot of your posts, those hashtags are bringing people to your profile. And, you know, if you use a hashtag, stay away from the ones that have like 1 million people using them. Mm-hmm. If you're going to use one of the big ones, you want 400,000 at max, but you really want to like try to play around with it. Like, for example, I pulled out a couple of hashtags. Like, I keep them in my notes.
Mm-hmm. Same with me too.
And like, for example, Hashimoto's lifestyle, that had like 200 something people that have used that hashtag. But that means that by having a smaller number of people that have used it, if you're trying to niche down and target a specific type of people or type of person, then that's a very good way that you could do that. So I have it for thyroid, for fitness, and Beachbody, but not really Beachbody. I just don't mention the name in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty freaking cool. I like numbers. I like math, and I like science because I'm a nerd, and I'm okay with it.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm lost on it. I don't even know where you guys are even talking about these things are.
Okay, so do you have any stories today? Like, do you have
Yeah,
any?
I think so.
Okay, so go on it and look at, like, tap one of your stories.
Are we talking Facebook, Instagram? What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, because I need to get back on that. I don't.
See how, look, Megan, can you see
Click on your people.
If you click on those little, that tells you who's looking at your story.
Oh.
But what we were just talking about a minute ago was in the insights. I just went to, if you go to your profile, right? See the little lines up there?
Yep.
On that. Wait, I hit the wrong one. Insights.
Mine doesn't even say that.
Maybe she might have she probably has a personal Instagram account, not mine's a business account.
Oh. So I need to probably change that, huh?
Yep, you can change it to business.
Okay.
You don't have to delete and restart. You can just change it right from what you have already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that, and I would say, posting at least twice a day in the Instagram, like actual feed. They say 3 times. I'd do at least 2, just to get, if you're getting started.
You know what I've noticed a lot, like before, I feel like looking back when I see like my time hop, post from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a year ago, I feel like I was like vomiting all the fucking things like all the time. And I've really like dialed back on that. And I make like a motivation like every single day. Like that's my thing in the morning. And then I do my workout, and then I do one sometimes mid-afternoon, at least 3 a day, maybe some 4. But I feel what I'm giving out now is more engaging and has a purpose. and I'm getting more likes and people that are following me because of that, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Your goal is to be like an influencer.
Right.
In a good way, to give people stuff that and I mean, it's like all these things that they talk about in books and just giving, but like giving stuff that how do I want to say this, like you're giving the things you're giving away for free. It's not something that's like you're not spending millions of hours doing this and that. Like it's kind of like stuff that I don't know. I feel like sometimes like just if people sat and went through like a bunch of recipes and this and that to find it, it's like you're giving away, helping them to shortcuts, giving them like shortcuts kind of thing. Like here's recipes, here's this. I love this makeup. I love it because of this, or you know what I mean?
But I think those things too also leave them kind of hanging, want them to come back for more, like, what is that? Can you talk to me more about that? Like share, you know what I mean? That makes
right. Yes. And then they're more invested in you because when you just like that, I'm like pointing up there to that one psychological book that we read, Allison, like they are more apt to like support you. Like I don't want to say feel indebted to you.
Reciprocation.
Yes. That they're going to support you. Yes. Yep. All right. Any other questions on, does that help you, Megan? Does that help a little
Yes.
bit?
Yeah, very much.
That's
Thank you.
good. Yes. Anything else?
I would like to share one thing, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I have to pull it up on my phone though for a second. So I had talked to Amy about this, and I think I might have mentioned, I think I had texted Allison about it too, but I've been getting a lot of, when I send out an invite, I get a lot of, does it cost money? Because I don't have money. Is it free? Because everything costs money, blah, blah, blah. So I had this girl message me the other day. I had invited her that she's been like loving on my posts, commenting on my posts. So I sent her an invite and she was like, this is her words. Does it cost money? Because things like this cost money. Because I don't have money. Because usually you have to pay for stuff. Well, I don't go to Target or to get my hair cut or wherever and say, hey, Target lady, that $300 cart, is that free today? No, it's not. So I was pissed, right? I texted Allison and she was like, well, she seems broke and broken. So I ended up like, I didn't even open her message. I just let it sit there for the day because I knew if I opened it, I would not say nice. It was a day. So I sent Nikki Minton, who is our upline, a message, and I was talking to her about it. And she gave me a good response, and I like her response, and I've saved it and tweaked it. But basically what she said was, I would say this. Yes, what I do does cost money. It's an investment in you. But what are your goals? Let me see what I can do to help you. And then when they respond back, if they respond back, give them something of value, like a recipe or some kind of blog or a free workout. So I've been doing that, and I think that shows people that you're not just here for a sale. You're here because you truly want to help. If and I also been saying, like, people who are saying no to me, I don't leave it at just no. Like I say, okay, if you ever want to, when you're ready, I'm here for you. To kind of leave that like open-ended kind of deal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they will ask you for. I had someone last week ask me what they should do because they don't have. She wanted me to give her workout clothing. Sure did. Okay. Anything else? What about inviting?
Yes. I have so I did my first, like, oh my gosh, I wrote about inviting yesterday, but I think one of the things that I like to do is do like a clean week with folks. Like, how folks have their free, like, here's a 7-day clean eating guide. Like, I want to start that so I can show people, like, dude, you need to do this. Like this will change your life, friends. Like, hello. Excuse me. But I think for me, it's about setting up the group, particularly on Facebook, inviting for it, and then making sure that everyone has access to either the videos in Facebook or the Beachbody on demand. Because I thought I sent a sample to someone before, but she ended up buying the full year. And I was like, I was trying to send you a sample, but did you actually purchase it? I hope she's not mad, but sorry. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing things properly, because I don't want someone to say, well, you said that it was going to be free, and then when I went to buy it, I had to pay $100. What the heck?
Well, if people can read, they could clearly see and tell you you're paying this or you're paying zero. So that's on them.
Yeah, there is options. Like you can, they'll let you, like it'll choose, and it'll say if you, like for the free thing, it was like you will be charged after, your 14 days or whatever.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. But so what are you struggling with inviting to that, or struggling with like just the logistics of it, like setting things up, or
more of the logistics? Because I'm very comfortable going live. I train, I teach, I talk for a living. Like that part doesn't bother me at all. It's from a logistics standpoint, like I want to know top to bottom. Once I have top to bottom, I'm good. Like I don't need anything else. Like I'm very low maintenance in that regard. And I just want to make sure I know how to get everything started so that it's a seamless process, that once I've done the inviting and I've told people about it, I could just move them in there and make sure they're successful.
Your systems, having your systems in place.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I hop in here?
Can we back up really quick? So when they do the free trial on Beachbody, it's only 14 days and then they get charged for that?
Yep, because that's why they have to put their credit card information in. And if they don't go in and cancel it because they get emails about it, it will charge them.
I never realized that. So I've sent this to some people, but maybe that's why they never did the free trial.
Or they did it and, well, you wouldn't
canceled it within the 14 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Anytime I sit down to do something, not just group related, like pretty much anything that requires some kind of organization, to get my thoughts structured, and you're going to laugh at me, this is like the lamest thing ever, but I literally get a piece of paper and write down the old who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I start at the top of that, who's my audience, right? Because really, even as a coach, that's going to vary. You know what I mean? We know certain programs, even though they say they're for everybody, they may not be, right? So what, right? What am I doing? Am I offering a program specific group? Am I offering a free group? Is this a nutrition based group? Is this that's my what, when? So when is it going to start? How long is it going to run? All the time related stuff, right?
Yep.
Who, what, when, where? So where am I doing this? Is this on Facebook? Is this all via email? Is this just information going out in like MailChimp, right? Every Tuesday they get something or whatever. Is this from the challenge, right? You like. See, that to me is your style, my little writer. Yeah. Just saying. Or is it in the tracker? The challenge tracker, is another option for that. And then why? Like, what's my purpose, right? Why am I even doing this? It's like in teaching, that's your objective, right? Like by the end of this lesson, what do I want the kids to walk away from? So at the end of this challenge group, what do I want? Our Transform 20 group, what do I want by the end of that? Well, I want people to actually successfully finish the program. I want them to feel better. I want them to be healthier. I want, you know what I mean? Like all this. And then why? How am I going to do this? Right? How am I going to pull this off? And if I'm understanding correctly, that's maybe the part that you're trying to figure out. And that there's no right or wrong way for that. I used to have a giant whiteboard that I would have names on where these are the people I've invited. And then once they said yes, I would move them over to another spot.
Cards. We had cards.
Right.
Index
Like, no,
cards.
yep. And, or if they're like a maybe or whatever, and I just kind of shuffled names around, until from start to end. Now, these days we've got maybe in the old, remember the journal, our favorite planner, Amy, that I made for us that cost like $7 million to print that like freaking Bible. There may even be a form in there that's kind of like, where are they at in your invitation process? You know what I mean? Where you could like, they've been invited, they've said maybe, they've said yes, I've placed them in the group. You know what I mean? Where you can kind of like check that. Yep.
This is like the contacts.
Yeah. Yep. And you can kind of say where you're at in the process. Next time I'll show you.
I can
scan it or whatever.
PDF, yeah.
Okay, perfect. You the best.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, there's no, at the end of the day, the system has to work for you. Like Amy dabbles, maybe more than dabbles. I don't want to undermine what she's actually doing with the Google Streak or something.
I use Streak.
That is, as soon as somebody says Google, I'm like, nah, I have paper and pencil. I'm over here with the crayon. Like, I may have a stone tablet. I'm super old school. I don't know. So really, like, whatever system you're comfortable with. But for me, I truly do have to outline like who, what, when, where, why, and how, because that's how, you know what I mean? That's how I narrow it down. That's how I get rid of all the, I know I'm not talking to this person. I know, you know what I mean? I know, when I'm posting, you know what I mean? I'm going to craft it around that and, make sure that I'm mentioning so people know when, like I just sort of have all my ducks in a row before I even dive into, like you said, going live or whatever way you're going to deliver your message,
So I put that link in there because I really like using Trello to put all of my workflows in. And that's like an example of how I'm probably going to end up just like arranging everything. Like that's just like the podcast workflow that I share with people. But like for me, I have to like, okay, this is every step that I have to do. Here are all the attachments that go in. So I can say, all right, I can just simply email this to this person and be done with it. Like my brain works like that. It's like what is it?
Chart.
P, I think. So I'm like workflow. Like I want steps. I don't like to speak in abstract. I don't like or need before.
Do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, and if it gets messed up, we get upset. Yes.
Yeah. But you would, I think you do phenomenal with groups, but I do also think that an email series like straight out of MailChimp or something where you're putting out content, and maybe that's your freemium. Maybe that's how you bring them in before they actually purchase something, giving them a sign up. And Amy and I have talked about this, collecting emails is everything right now. So, maybe posting, figuring out a way to do that and saying like, drop your email below if you want my 5-day, whatever it is, like whatever you're going to offer. I'm just throwing an example out there. You could do whatever you want, whether it's clean eating or, what a meal plan might look like for you with, the stuff that you have going on or whatever. And they can sort of subscribe in and you hammer it all out on a weekend and it's already automated. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then Fridays is, if you want more content like this, boom, over to your, you know what I mean? Or if you want more fitness accountability, I'm running a Transform 20 challenge group, if you haven't heard about it or whatever, whatever it is. I realize I jumped topics there. I went from like nutrition to fitness, but you're following me, right?
I got it. I got it.
Yeah. Man, I was just looking at this again. I love this fucking thing.
It was epic, but I took out a second mortgage to print the 2 copies we had.
I know. Well,
ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? What about like invites, actually inviting? Are you let me ask, are you inviting? Who's inviting?
I did yesterday for the first.
Yeah? How was it?
It was fun. It wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. It's
The
not.
worst they could say.
Allison and I were just talking about this, and this is something I've said, like, it doesn't matter how you invite. Like, if you're inviting to a birthday party, you send an actual card, or you send them an e-bite, or you send them a little, little card in the mail, or you call them, or whatever, a text. Do people get bent out of shape when you invite them to something like that? A birthday party or a reunion or anything like that? No. And
Sorry, go ahead.
if they do, like, you just got a gift that you're trying to help them with. Like, you can't do everything for them. You're just, offering it to them. And in that same breath, if they say no or don't respond, like, don't get offended. They just, for whatever reason, couldn't come, can't do it, couldn't do this, whatever it might be. So anytime you do that, like, that's what I do. I think about a birthday party that I'm inviting them to, like my birthday party or the kids' birthday party is like, if little Sarah can't make it to Antonia's birthday party, sorry, Sarah. Like, sorry, Sarah, right? Like, and she's probably a little bitch. Like, don't freaking come to the party anyway.
Like that.
Yeah,
that would make it a lot easier, like, to think about, like, hey, I'm gonna invite so-and-so to a birthday party. That's it.
Yeah, I remember when I first started, like, those invitations were really big, like, in those cards and stuff, and the parents could just, like, click if you're coming or RSVP and stuff. I did some of those for challenge groups.
I like it.
I mean,
I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was on a wake-up call or I don't remember, but basically what they said is, you not inviting to this amazing opportunity is like you basically holding it hostage for yourself. Like, for me, I remember when I first started coaching, like when Amy said to me, do you want to coach? And I like literally laughed at her and I was like, really? Like, you want me to help other people? And then I sat back for like a whole 30 seconds and thought about it. And I said, you know what? I want other people to feel how amazing I feel. I want people to be confident like I feel. Even at 200 pounds still, I felt great. And I'm like, why would I not want to share that with people? Why would I not want to fucking word vomit it all over everybody? Yeah. And that's just what it came down to. Like, why would you want to hold that hostage for just you? Who cares if they say no? Because I can tell you from over the last 3 years of coaching, I've had people that have told me no numerous times that have come back. And I was one of them.
We all were one. We all were.
It was a whole solid year she invited me before I actually committed. A whole freaking year that I kept saying no, no, no. And I actually told her no, or I actually told her yes, because I wanted her to shut up. And when she texted me the day after Christmas and said, okay, it's after Christmas, it's time for you to sign up.
Damn, that bitch.
Something just like went right there. And I was like, okay. So don't ever feel that because you're inviting to a life-changing thing that you're doing something bad.
Yeah.
It's all about how you present it. If you're presenting it as you're being passionate and really wanting to help somebody, if you're like, hey, do you want to buy this Shakeology? I can get you a pretty stellar discount, like right off the bat. Then no.
Yeah.
But it's how you present yourself,
I think, wasn't it Katie Ursta who said, I'm a jerk if I'm not inviting people to do this with me.
Yeah.
What she said. She was like, I'm a jerk.
Shit.
Andrea.
My phone died.
Oh. What's she doing? Anything else? I mean, there are scripts upon scripts upon scripts, which we can give you and pass along, and you guys have access to a lot of them already. But I don't know if I said, like, I do not want y'all using scripts. Don't. and maybe this is something we can work on in the group. It's just like, I mean, I even get script like invites from the other Beachbody coaches to me, and I'm like, you didn't fucking look at my profile? Like, that's stupid. That's skeezy. And I want to school them on some things, but I just let it go. But like, we all get it. We all get it. We all, but just, if you wouldn't talk like, hey, blah, 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 blah. No, like you wouldn't, don't message like that. But we can actually also, we can share scripts with you, and you can tweak them and just make them your own and whatever, just because you might see like 4 different ones that you really like and piece it together and make this like awesome one that you want to send out. So.
Oh.
And really the invites, it shouldn't be scary for you, because you're just literally having conversations with people, and it should hopefully just come up naturally. I mean, I don't know what a percentage rate, but I would say like 85% of the time it comes up naturally with just having conversations with people.
Like when you say, hey, you know, what have you been up to? How's work? And then they come back, oh, well, how's work with you? Well, it's fucking amazing. I get to wear yoga pants all the time and drink this awesome, amazing shake. Oh, what shake is that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else we need to discuss or chat about, or questions or anything like that? How are challenge groups going? Good. Well, you're good. Car, your challenge group, good.
I'm technically in the one that we're in, so yeah.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just making sure everybody's going good, everybody getting that result. Car, how many people are doing Transform 20 in your group? In your I do, you do, we do.
Well, we have our I do, you do, we do, which is like a mixed group, but then we also have a group of girls that are doing Transform 20 on the app.
Okay.
Let me see.
I mean, you don't have to tell me an exact number, like, but they're doing good, or they haven't.
Yeah, there's about
progress.
15 of us.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And not for nothing, but like we did the group separate in the app because we figured it's a new program. We don't really know what's to come. So we were doing like the posts that are in the back office.
Mm-hmm.
And these girls that are in this group are also in the I do, you do, we do group. And they're posting in both places, which speaks a lot, because I know it's hard to post in one place.
Wait, I do. All I hear is do.
My group that
Sorry.
my challenge group, it's called I do, you do, we do.
Uh-huh.
And it's just basically been a group that I've had on Facebook now since September, and we just roll it over every month, but I kind of change up the theme for it not even really the theme, it's more so like just the graphic, I change it.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
So, which is funny to me, because I was like, I loved Facebook because that's what I started in. And then the app came out and I hated it. And then I got used to it and I'm like, I love this. This is great, blah, blah, blah. And then I think interaction just went like down really low on the app. So we had switched over to a group. I think it was me, Aim, and Allison back in August, or maybe it was July. I can't remember. And we went over to Facebook, and like, it was just like took off. So I ended up doing a group by myself with Harlacher and one of my other coaches, and we did it in Facebook, and it's been great.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of like, I'm just keeping the momentum going with that, so it's been good. Oh my God, I'm so cold.
You can come snuggle with me. I'm always hot.
Oh my God, my feet are like, they feel like ice cubes right now. Like, I'm not even kidding you. It's 62 degrees in my house right now.
64 here. My feet have been cold since 5 o'clock.
I have my thermostat at like 70 something. It's so cold. It says that it feels like -9 right now. It's so cold that it's like keeping up with everything.
That's really cold.
yeah, so I will be going in my bed like in 30 seconds when we get off this call.
Wrap yourself up.
Yeah,
Mm,
with all the layers on.
yes. And of course, tomorrow. Sorry.
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
God, that was a big sneeze. Last day of the month tomorrow. I did not get my Diamond Insider yet because they never send it
Me either.
ever. To know, but I know that Transform 20 packs will be continuing through February.
What about is tomorrow still the last day for Shanti's coach test?
I'm probably yes, and I listened to the National Wake Up Call, but I don't remember which Majigger said, but I'm sure it is because it'll be.
That's what she said, but I didn't know if maybe they were going to extend it. So
Well, yeah, I don't know.
you never know. They like to throw the curveballs sometimes.
Right.
All right, I'll watch the
and
recording. My
January
phone's about to die.
January Summit promo goes off to tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I will do the calendar probably tomorrow.
Okay. What do you need to do by January 31st? Furl, register Team Cup, the club. Yeah. Okay.
Everybody have a team cup team?
Ebony, are you doing it?
I'm not ready.
No, fine. Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter.
Almost.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, but Ikar, I'm pretty sure that it is. I doubt they were.
Well, I was thinking back whenever Autumn had hers, it was like a whole, 2-3 weeks. No, it was longer than that. Like the whole month of January plus.
This was December too, so I doubt it, but who knows? You never freaking know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll double check. I can throw stuff in the page and stuff, and we'll. Did anybody see him on the? What the hell, Mike Lopez? Why it comes up with the online office?
All right, I'm hopping off. I have to pee like
Yes.
really, really bad.
If there's not anything else, that's good, and we'll just keep on going. Ebony, you do not have to do this, but you can. My personally sponsored people.
What am I doing?
I want your activity trackers every Thursdays.
Can I just show it to you right now?
Yes.
Because it's done.
Starting now. I know it, Meg's like, don't lose.
You want to see mine?
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's okay. You just started. It's okay. Good girl. Good. Yes. Hey, I'm gonna see if I really am gonna see if I still have like the PDF version of this because
I do.
I think. Do you have the PDF of this?
You can do it right on your computer. Is that what you're wanting to do? Or just print it?
No, like to have it to send to you guys. It would need. I would need to edit it to change dates and stuff, but not really. I can. Because like it's on here, like the numbers are on there already.
So, from the thing Allison made. I thought you meant for the.
Yeah, because I just really like this for new beginning coaches. Because as your context, it has your group planner thing. It just has. I'll see if I can find it.
All right, I'm going. Love you guys.
Okay, love you guys.
Bye.
See you later. Thanks for hopping.